May 21st, 2019 meeting of the Human Services Committee will now come to order. The clerk, please call the roll.
Mrs. Straw is excused. Mrs. Halstead. Here. Ms. Lamar. Here. Mr. Lightfoot. Here. Mr. Michike. Here. Mr. Moyo. Here. Ms. Taylor. Here. Mr. Wilt. Here. Chairman Zale.
I am here.
President Carbone. Here.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone here who has not signed up to speak but would like to address the committee at this time? Seeing none. Rochelle Bell, Manager of Planning for Monroe County's Planning and Development Department, will now give a brief overview of the 2020-2025 Capital Improvement Program as it pertains to the Human Services Committee.
Mr. Chairman, you should all have a copy of the County Executive's recommended 2020-2025 CIP. The Planning Board reviewed the County Executive's proposal, held a public information meeting, and prioritized budget year projects before the CIP being submitted to your honorable body. At the full legislature meeting in June, you'll set a public hearing for July and then, upon favorable review, vote to approve the plan. There are no funding approvals associated with taking action on this referral. There are two sections of the CIP pertinent to this committee: the Department of Health's Medical Examiner Office and the Monroe Community Hospital. The Medical Examiner's Program is found on page 13 of your CIP. Each year, the office upgrades one of its mass spectrometers or gas chromatographs to enhance speed and analytic capability in determining cause and manner of death. The Medical Examiner's proposed program accounts for 3.3% of the total capital program and is only 2% higher than that of their adopted program. The Monroe Community Hospital program begins on page 19. Monroe Community Hospital is our venerable residential chronic care facility. Funding was increased in this year's CIP to address much needed updates in everything from generators to electronic medical records. The Monroe Community Hospital program accounts for just over 5% of the total capital program. I'll be happy to take questions when you get to this item on your agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Appreciate your time and efforts on this. The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. You have the April 23rd, 2019 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 19-0118.
Moved by Legislator Taylor, seconded by Legislator Halstead. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 19-0120.
Moved by Legislator Halstead, seconded by President Carbone. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 19-0127.
Moved by President Carbone, seconded by Legislator Wilt. Is there any discussion on this item? Legislator Halstead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to declare my interest on this item. I do work for the University of Rochester Medical Center.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on this item? Legislator Wilt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair, why only 7 months, and why such a large increase from the first time?
Through the chair, the grant was actually available starting in February, but they did not give us an award letter soon enough to get it to the legislature sooner than this. And so they've condensed the full amount into 7 months, what was originally going to be from February through next January 31st. And we have worked with them on a spending plan that we will spend down the full amount of the grant. The reason for the increase is because there's increased work.
Is there any other discussion on this item? Legislator Michike. Sorry, I had to double check there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair, how successful has this program been in reducing the risk of HIV in Monroe County?
Through the chair.
Am I on the wrong one? I'm sorry.
127.
I'm sorry.
Any other discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 19-0128.
Moved by legislator Wilt, seconded by legislator Taylor. Is there any discussion on this item?
Now I'll ask this.
Legislator Michie.
Through the chair, how successful has this program been in reducing the risk of HIV in Monroe County?
Through the chair, we have connected 84% of all individuals and gotten them into treatment so that we could stop the spread in 84%.
Administration be able to provide data since this program began and the overall program statistics since it began in 2018?
We can get back to you with that information.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on this item? Yes, legislator.
Through the chair to the administration, out of that 84%, do we have any demographic information?
Through the chair, we do, but we would need to get back to you with the distribution of that. Yeah.
Okay.
We do track that.
Okay, thank you very much. And through the chair to the administration, how much of that grant is spent on salaries and benefits?
Through the chair, 69,000 of the 105 are for salaries.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 19-0129.
Moved by legislator Taylor, seconded by legislator Halsted. Is there any discussion on this item? Legislator Will.
Yes, through the chair. Has Compare been involved with this program all along?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, yes, they have.
And through the chair, how long have they been involved?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I believe the grant started 4 years ago, so for the last 4 years, ever since it's been at the county.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on this item? Legislator Moyo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the administration, my question is, so we're accounting for $170,000. Where does the other $15,000 going? Again, through the chair.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, every year, the last 2 years, 15,000 of it has gone towards operating costs for the county. So the contract that is executed with Compere is for 170,000, but the state allows for a certain percentage of that to go towards operating.
Okay, thank you. And through the chair, is Lifespan involved in this contract at all?
Through the chair, the contract is not, they are not involved with the contract. They are connected to Compere through their business in regards to the Vets Driving Vets program. For example, the volunteer drivers for their Vets Driving Vets program are qualified through Lifespan.
Okay, thank you. Do we know, and maybe you don't have it today, but through the chair, how many referrals were sent through this program in the last cycle, in the last year?
Through the chair, total rides given, total referrals through the program since January 2017 were 2,388. Total rides given in the year 2018 were 1,233.
Okay, thank you, and thank you very much.
Is there any other discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, May 21st, 2019, meeting of the Human Services Committee stands adjourned. Next meeting of the Human Services Committee will be held Tuesday, June 25th, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. Thank you.